Hi, this is going to be a mukbang prep. Also karate class tonight, so I am definitely looking forward to some spaghetti, some carbs, to get my engine going and have plenty of energy throughout. Diced tomatoes is what we're starting with, 28 ounces. Now, if you're not a fan of sweet tomato sauce, you're probably not going to like the base of this recipe. However, you can salt it up, spice it up as much as you want. Alright, so here's the recipe. It's from a website called Shane and Shemple. Shane and Shemple. So we're starting with a tablespoon of basil. And a tablespoon, or less, there, tablespoon of oregano, a teaspoon of chunky onion powder. I do not have garlic powder at this time, so I am going to throw in an equivalent of, oh yes, minced garlic, and I'm going to do a tablespoon of maple syrup. Okay, and finally quarter of a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Yes, this is the fire in the sauce. And it wants a pinch of sea salt. So I guess we can do a little dabbling. No more than that for me, thank you. And that be that. Let's add the onions. Onions and peppers here. Add those. Yum. And get this nice and chunky. Yes, I listened. I got a wooden spoon. Ye-gats. Oh wow. This is going to be so good. And it's going to make our dinners for tonight, a lunch for my wife, and a mukbang for me tomorrow. Because that's how we roll. That's how we stretch things. Oh yeah. Alright. That's it. That's the marinara. A little lumped up to my taste, but again, just use the base recipe and knock yourself out. Go sweet, go sour, go go me. This was good.
Good enough. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm having some pasta and some salad with some seed bread from Whole Foods. And I do have my apples kind of sliced up, but last mukbang, I was so full yesterday after that mukbang. I was really relieved that I had karate later on because I had a lot of energy. But so I don't know. I'll try for the apple today. Ooh. I hope everyone's doing good. Great. fantastique, magnificent, yada yada yada. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean. I'm so glad that I went to karate last night. It was such a great class. Nice and small. I really enjoy this instructor because he teaches beyond the physical aspects of karate. He teaches, I wrote recently on a page that I have about how he's just teaching how, regardless of the techniques that we know, it's really the moment that's going to determine what the best defense is going to be. So we might practice a technique, but then he goes on to talk about, well, what if this happens, and what if this happens, and what if this happens, and he puts it, it's a really nice way to learn. So I'm really stoked that I found this school. So is my dog. I love Italian. Vegan Italian. Oh, this is how I, this is how I think my grandmother would cook. For sure. All natural, fresh, 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 fresh. And everyone, when I was growing up, at least all my older relatives, the elders, they had their own gardens. They all had their own gardens. I mean, and these gardens were no joke. This was a big freaking deal. I don't know if you guys come from Italian families, but at least from my Italian side of the family, these gardens meant everything. Today, we're more compartmentalized. We're less outside, at least in my case right now. So, but when I do have my garden, oh! And I mean all gardens. I don't know what it is about the heat. I just don't want to go outside at all. So, I mean, it felt good to go out to go to class and stuff last night, but it's like, in New England, there's a saying about if you want to know what the weather's going to be, wait 10 minutes. That's really the case. We have New England grays of a indecisive sky. It looks like it's going to storm, yet it's hot out. All right, good try. So, aside of karate, I've been playing Anarchy Online. Let me tell you about this game. I used to always wonder why people like games like EverQuest and games that really have kind of shitty graphics compared to like, I used to play competitively with video games, you know, like when Call of Duty came out, I was competing. I was on game battles. I was in a clan, a team, and this guy led it who had military background. I became a co-captain. Holy shit. And for the longest time, they didn't know that I was a girl. And I think that there are a lot of video gamers who are like this. We don't say. We don't have a microphone because we're girls. And it's just easier. It just is. But, and that was a while ago. I don't know. I don't know what kind of who's representing who now in that community for like female teams and stuff. I'm really not in the loop, but I'm sure it's come a long way. I hope it's come a long way. I'm being less of a boys' club, but who knows? But alas, I go to karate class and I'm surrounded by the boys again. Whatever. All right. Anarchy Online has really shitty graphics. Even with their updated engines and whatever they did, it's really shitty graphics. What I like about this game that I cannot find in any other game is you have to know how to read other players in this game. For example, right now I'm just hanging out in the Temple of Three Winds. I've made some new characters or whatever, and I have them just leveling up. And it's fun to level up and get more powerful and get more powerful pets to fight and stuff. And more powerful spells and whatnot. But in this game, you really have to watch out for the other players. Because whether it be the Temple of Three Winds, whether it be Foreman's, the Mantis place, wherever, one of the things that these brat players do, including myself, I've done it. I've run out of the temple and train right behind me of baddies. And if you have someone who's a lower level, who's at like the entrance, let's say, and they don't see me running through as, like the wind, all of the bad guys that are behind me, they hang out and they will attack and kill the lower player. And it's mean. And it happens often. And it is part of the gameplay, is the bad behavior of other players. It's true. Like, if you don't get, you have to get stronger. You have to get stronger faster in the temple to avoid some of this. But even, I noticed playing recently where I was fighting legionnaires. It's like one of the last places you can go before you really level out and need to get the hell out of the temple and, you know, stop hogging, you know, the place. And there were some bad guys that were like gray to me. But once you got like 5 of them on you, they can do a lot of damage. They do nukes, they do all sorts of crazy stuff. And they can do a lot of damage if they start, you know, ganking you, which happens in this game. And you just, you know, you can't really be that person that's in the distance with an arrow or something in this game, because you have to deal with mobs. And a lot of them are trains that players start as they're running through the place from area to area, and they just carry a train of damage with them. So that's one of the things I like about Anarchy Online. And it can be a real pain too, because it's punishing. The game is punishing. If you have like, your bar is almost full and you have maybe this much, enough. We have people moving in close to us. 1 minute. Go big, yeah. All right. If you have a small, just a little bit to go, and you get a train of bad guys coming at you from another player like that, or maybe you just let a mob get out of control and you aggroed, maybe just a few more, bad guys or whatever, you lose all of your XP from that bar. You don't like wake up and go, oh yeah, okay, well I better go back. You like are in the negative for all that XP that you just lost. That whole bar drops down to when the last save you have. And when you're in the temple or in Foreman's or in another place, it's like, you level and stuff, and a lot of times, you're only going to lose that bar of XP, but when you're getting higher in level yourself, that can be substantial, and it could be like a morning lost. What else do I like about it? I don't know. I've been with it for so long. It's a game where you have to think. You have to really think. You have to use some math, even some. You got to use some skills. We get implants. You need certain skills to be able to put higher implants in. You need certain skills to be able to use more powerful nanos, which are spells, whether it be healing, whether it be damage, whether it be protection, whether it be a conjuration of a pet, whatever. Even gear and stuff. It's constantly trying to figure out, and the word that they use in that game is twink, and it's trying to twink your character as much as you can. And I'm a froob. So that means I have a free account. Many. That's another thing that I do. I just did that recently. Like this morning. Where I was, I had like 3 of me. One was my martial artist fighting the Legionnaires, and then I had a metaphysicist and an engineer who were just kind of sitting in the corner as my martial artist did all the work, and they were leveling up. I don't know, it's just a fun game. It's a challenging game. It is. Now, when Anarchy Online had an update or something today, I foolishly went over to Secret Worlds. That's theirs too. It was also down. What? So, I'm like, all right, I'll eat. My highest froob is just under 130, his level. He's got 17 more levels to go. And the thing is now he's so high that he can't partner with any of my other alts. So it's really lonely for him. He goes out there and he like will do missions and stuff just to get like my other characters nanos and maybe gear. Heavy is the heart that wears the crown. Man, I used to love Call of Duty. And World of War came out. And the glitching, I just got so frustrated with that. I was like, come on. These guys are under the map. Come on. There's always that group everywhere. I used to play Socom Navy Seals. I used to love that freaking game. I love that game. And same thing there. People would be, I don't know how they did half the shit that they did. They were just, they were able to go through walls and stuff, and it was messed up. Really messed up. So, for me, that's what ruined it. The competitive stuff. I mean, they would watch it. I used to play competitively Urban Chaos. I loved Urban Chaos. Loved that game. And same deal. We had clans and oh my God. What game is like that? There's no game like that now. I play APB. I love APB. During the holidays, that's when I really start playing APB, you know, like during Halloween and stuff. Actually, I play during the holidays for most of them now. Like, I wasn't really playing Anarchy Online, but I'll play Anarchy Online to gear up for Halloween. My favorite time of year. Excuse me. Did you know that an apple could be so good? I didn't. But hell yeah. Urban Chaos is really cool because you can run around and axe each other and knife each other, and there were chainsaws and they were in these small maps, you know? And it was chaos. It was awesome. You just shield bash someone. I think APB is unique. Very unique. What I love about APB is you can customize everything. I can make my own clothes, my own fashion, your own designs. You can design your car, the decals of it. I mean, it is really, really customizable. Love that. And I've purchased the boxes. I have like a rocket launcher and stuff, which doesn't really matter if I have no skill to use that thing. So you do need some grasp of like how far that nade is gonna fly and stuff. I'm always good at that. I'm more of a how do you put it? Run and gun. I used to quick snipe with my M21 in Call of Duty. I just played Battlefield. Another game of glitching. People hiding under stairs and stuff, and like in concrete, okay? You know what you do is you get the cheater out of that spot. But that's all it is a distraction from the regular gameplay while the rest of their team does, I don't know, whatever. APB's cool. Yep. I love my food. I'm so grateful for it. Every time I come off a potato hack, I can't believe just how powerful and healing it is. I'm still losing. Even without the hack, it's a lot slower. But every day it's a little bit less. It's like, you see all the stuff I'm eating? But none of this has oil, you know? And there's no extra anything in this. It's all natural, and it's just a bunch of fresh ingredients. Well, I don't know if you play video games out there. If you do, don't be a cheater. Don't gank people. And don't be like me running trains through the tower. The Temple of Three Winds and Formans. I'm such an asshole. There's just some brown on it. Quick sniped. See ya.